Hello, dear children. Welcome everyone to the class of chemistry. Today we are going to begin our new chapter, periodic table. The word itself gives you an idea that what we have to learn in this chapter. In this chapter, we will learn about the earlier attempts of classification of elements. That is about the history of the periodic table. Then we will learn about Mendeleev's periodic law and modern periodic law, modern periodic table and its classification, and at last about the periodic trends of periodic table. Today we will learn about earlier attempts of classification of elements. So let's start. We all know that matter can exist in the form of elements, compounds and mixtures. When elements were discovered, a proper classification was required for their easier and better understanding. Many scientists adopted different ways to classify them. Have you seen supermarket? It offers a wide variety of food and household products, right? The things that are arranged in each rack which help us to identify a particular thing from a group. Similarly, when elements were discovered, for a systematic study, a proper classification was needed. So let's go into the history of periodic table. It was Lavoisier who first made an attempt to classify the elements. He classified the elements into metals and nonmetals, but he was not able to classify metalloids, that shows the properties of both metals and nonmetals. This was one of the limitations of this classification. After Lavoisier, it was Dobereiner who gave a notable contribution in the classification of elements. He formed small groups of 3 elements showing similar properties. These groups were called triads. We can see that the atomic mass of middle element is approximately the mean of other 2 elements. Dobereiner could identify only some triads from the elements. Other triads didn't obey the rule. Hence the system triad was failed. The next attempt was done by the British chemist Newlands. By this time, 56 elements were discovered. Students, he arranged the non-56 elements in the increasing order of atomic mass. He found that the properties of 8th element is the repetition of those of first element. He compared this to the 7 notes of music, just like the 8th note in the repetition of the first note, Sarigama Padanisa. Therefore, this classification was known as Newland's octaves. But the limitation of this was that the elements with higher atomic mass didn't obey this rule. After the failure of Newland's octaves, Russian scientist Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev put forward a periodic table called Mendeleev's periodic table. He examined the relation between the atomic masses of elements and their physical and chemical properties. He believed that atomic masses of elements was the most fundamental property in classifying these elements. Based on this, he put forward a law called Mendeleev's periodic law. He arranged the non-elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses and their properties, and thus created the first periodic table containing 63 elements. In Mendeleev's periodic table, the horizontal rows in the periodic table are called periods and the vertical columns in the periodic table are called groups. Alright students, let's conclude today's class. Today we discussed about the earlier attempts of classification of elements. First one was about Lavoisier. He classified the elements into metals and non-metal, but he was not able to classify the metalloids. That was one of his limitation. Next we discussed about Dobereiner. He put forward the law of triads. That means a small group of 3 elements showing similar properties. But the limitation was the higher atomic masses couldn't be classified into triads. Later we discussed about Newlands. He put forward the theory law of octaves. But one of the noted limitation of this was elements with higher atomic mass didn't obey this rule. At last we saw Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev, who put forward the periodic table for the first time in 1869. He is known as the father of periodic table. He arranged all the elements in the increasing order of their atomic mass. He also found that the physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic mass. That's all about today. In the next class, we will learn more about periodic table. So let's meet you in the next class. Thank you.